Welcome to Contracting Conversations. My name is Scott Williams, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jim Valley. Today we are talking with James Malloy, DAU's Learning Director for CCON 020, the Contracting for Systems Acquisition Credential. Welcome, James, and thanks for joining Jim and I today.
Hello, Scott and Jim. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, James, to start us off, can you tell us what the Contracting for Systems Acquisition Credential is all about?
Sure, I'd be happy to. CCON 020, Contracting for Systems Acquisition Credential, is primarily for 11 to 2 contracting professionals responsible for acquiring major systems consistent with the FAR, Part 34, Major System Acquisition, the DFARS, Part 234, Associated Procedures, Guidance, and Information, PGIs, and the DoD 5000 series. The subject matter includes general principles such as an overview of the production and deployment of major systems, acquisition strategies, contract strategies, legal considerations, and other aspects unique to acquiring major systems, not covered within the existing contracting certification training program. Now, the credential is self-paced, and the content is 100% online. This is not a virtual instructor-led training asset. It's comprised of 3 courses, 6 continuous learning assets, 6 videos, and the students must pass a final exam to earn the credential. Other than these assets, there are no prerequisites, and the time to complete is estimated at about 56 hours.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, James. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, James. So you mentioned self-paced assets. It looks like the whole credential consists of self-paced assets.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to specifically talk about the 3 courses. What do those specifically consist of?
Sure. We have 3 of those. Those are Act 150, that's middle tier acquisition, Act 1010, Fundamentals of Systems Acquisition Management, and lastly, Con 216, Legal Considerations of Contracting. Just a quick overview of the 3. On Act 150, it's an online training asset. It provides understanding of the middle tier of acquisition and its role in the defense acquisition system. The target audience is acquisition personnel across all DIWEA functional areas in various functional backgrounds, and the course length is about 2 hours. Now, for Act 1010, Fundamentals of System Acquisition Management, this provides a broad overview of the DoD systems acquisition process covering all phases of acquisition. It introduces the JSIDs, a Joint Capabilities Integration Development System, the planning, programming, and budgeting execution process, the DoD 5000 series policy and procedures, documents, and current issues in systems acquisition management. This asset is designed for individuals who have little or no experience in DoD acquisition management and has proven useful to personnel in headquarters, program management, and functional or support offices, and the length for this asset is estimated at 13 hours. Now, for Con 216, Legal Considerations and Contracting, and this asset focuses on the legal considerations in the procurement process. Participants are introduced to the basic principles and sources of law relevant to procurement, including fiscal law. It addresses various and other legal issues that may develop during the contract, such as protests, assignment of claims, disputes, fraud, contractor debt, performance issues, and contract termination. And this asset is estimated at about 24 hours to complete.
All right. Sounds like 3 great courses. Thank you, James.
Hey, James, you mentioned the exam earlier. Can you talk a little bit about that exam for this credential?
The exam is a multiple choice exam which will evaluate the student's proficiency and understanding the material covered in the credential learning assets.
Okay, so James, how long is a certification good for? Because for credentials, there is a limit to how many years it's good for, and then how many CLPs do they earn upon completion?
Sure. CCON 020 certification expires 5 years from the date earned, and the total CLPs are 58.
Okay, great. So that's quite a bit of CLPs, and I'm sure they can take any of those individual assets and they'll get CLPs for each one of those. If they do it the whole credential, they'll get 58. So that's pretty good and pretty intensive. So thank you so much for coming on to the show, James.
Actually, thank you for having me.
Great. So that is all the time we have for today, but please, if you have not already, subscribe to our Contracting Conversations channel, type any comments below to include your questions for future discussions, and spread the word of this channel to your peers and to those you supervise or lead. Let us help you answer their questions. We look forward to having future contracting conversations with you.